Welcome back to the Trainerize YouTube channel.
So today we're joined by Drew Manning, and most of you may not know, but Drew and his company are actually one of the top transacting companies in the whole Trainerize app. So we're super excited to dive in with him today and just talk about his story and how he goes about building his products and how he has created like multiple revenue streams across his business. So Drew, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me, Harmony. It's a pleasure to be here.
And my other question is, like, at this point, like I kind of mentioned before, you guys are one of like the highest transacting companies that we work with on our app. And obviously, like, you have the added benefit of this exposure that maybe other people don't have. However, there are a lot of things I noticed from your website that I think people can learn from in the way that you kind of put together and package your programs and structure those. How about that process of like structuring each program and deciding, okay, this is like an offering that people need, and how do you go through that process?
Yeah, good question. Trainerize makes it pretty simple to upload these master programs. So right now I think I have two main programs in the Trainerize app. My Back to Fit one was the one I created for me specifically to lose the weight that I had gained. So I gained 62 pounds in 4 months during this second Fit2Fat2Fit experiment. And it's really cool to have technology like Trainerize for people to access, exactly what I'm doing every single day: meal plans, workouts, recipes, grocery list, the daily to-do list. They can access all of that through the app. And so Back to Fit is mostly like a weight loss program. And so it's really cool because people get to do this exact same program that I'm doing, right? And I feel like Trainerize just makes it so easy and simple to, get that content out there for people to access it. And then my Back for More program is another program that I've put in there because that's kind of something that I decided to do after losing weight. Being in a calorie deficit for a long period of time isn't the best for your body. And so I structured a program to help people put on some healthy, lean muscle mass and be in a caloric surplus for, a short period of time. But that's what people need sometimes. They think they always need to be in a calorie deficit. But, all these programs are structured very similarly, where, yes, we have the meal plans, which are, catered to men and women. And so they're generic, right? They're not customized to each individual. The grocery list and the recipes correlate with those meal plans, and then the workout programs with the huge library that you guys have. We upload our own videos, which is really cool, but you guys have a whole library of every specific exercise you could think of, so people get a visual demonstration of each movement so they understand how to do the movement correctly. And the cool thing that we've built into it is modifications. So whether you're advanced, intermediate, or a beginner, and you've never worked out before, there's a modification for each and every person. And that's what's so cool, is to be able to walk people through those modifications of every single movement is very, very helpful. And I'm super glad you guys have that feature in there.
Oh, absolutely. Happy to hear that. So that's interesting. To follow up, so does every program that you create have like a specific avatar or end user in mind?
100%. Like I said, the Back to Fit is geared towards those who are looking to lose weight, right? It's a 4-month program. Okay. Yes, you'll be in a calorie deficit, but that's kind of that's the purpose of that program. The Back for More is someone that wants to take a break from being in a calorie deficit, wants to get stronger, wants to build some lean muscle mass. And, there's people in all kinds of, walks of life, and there's different goals. And then we will be uploading all of my programs. I have, quite a few programs that will be uploaded to the Trainerize app that will become more and more specific, because it's not just about weight loss and weight gain. There's people all in between that have very specific goals or timeframes that they want to do it in. And there's different approaches, different nutritional approaches, different, programs for those that have access to a gym, those that don't have access to a gym. There's all kinds of protocols that you need to, customize, because there's not just one main demographic in the fitness industry. There's a lot of there's a lot of different people with different goals.
Absolutely. And as you probably know, like in the fitness industry, in any industry really, one of like the biggest parts of being successful usually is setting up your business in a way so that you have multiple revenue streams, because personal trainers can't just rely on that one-to-one session. Otherwise, they run out of time, which is a finite resource. Finite. Resort. I don't know how to pronounce it. Anyway. But so my question is, what kind of revenue streams have you set up in your business in addition to just your programs? And do you have any recommendations or tips on how other trainers could go ahead and do the same?
Yeah, 100%. So for me, I've been doing this for 10 years, but it's taken me, I would say, a good 6 or 7 of those to figure out, okay, how do I monetize this? How do I monetize my business, right? Because it's so easy just to create a program and it's like, okay, well, how do I sell this? And, what is the follow through and how do I keep people coming back? And so, for me, it's been years in development, but where I'm at now to where we can create multiple streams of revenue are one, creating different programs, right? Which is awesome, because people might want to switch from a weight loss to a weight gain program or an endurance versus strength program. There's all different types of approaches, but that's not the key. Those are just front end sales, right? People purchase your program, like whether it's a PDF or an ebook. That is great for a front end offer, but to keep them coming back and buying more, you have to create more programs. But another way of doing it is a subscription program, and that's what we do with Trainerize, is a monthly membership where they get access to all your programs and new content that's uploaded into the app, and that's a recurring payment. So you get people there month after month, paying for their subscription. But then on top of that is the back end stuff, whether it's upsells with other programs or other recipe books or cookbooks or stretching guides, whatever it is, these other little upsells you can add to the program so that your average order value increases. So instead of buying a $20 PDF and being done, like, okay, there's just one product to sell, you can add, hey, do you want to add this to your cart for $5? You want to add this to your cart for $3? You want to add this to your cart for $7? And then if you have the ability to, supplements is something that we do, which is a big stream of our revenue, or a big revenue stream, sorry. That's something that, okay, people want to buy the programs, but then here's the supplements that are implemented in the meal plans. So they know exactly what to take and when. They know exactly the supplement protocol that I'm taking. And so they can purchase those supplements as well. And that's hopefully become a monthly subscriber on the supplements. And so now you have people coming in for the programs. They're paying a monthly membership. They're getting access to the programs, but they're also buying supplements as well that you can build into the meal plans. And, and then from there, the goal or the key is to get more and more people, seeing your content, on social media and wanting to come to your website and purchasing your programs. And then from there, they're added into your email list, and you can advertise and monetize your email list as well by selling them supplements or sales at things that are going on or a new program. It's an easier way to keep in touch with your audience. So any tips? For one, I think you just have to know, what your niche is. Like who are you in the fitness industry? What separates you from everyone else, right? What makes you different? What makes you unique? What do you want to build your brand around? And I tell people all the time, authenticity is very important in building a brand, so people know who you are. You're not just another trainer. Being authentic with your audience and connecting with them. Like I said, no one cares how much you know until they know how much you care. And so finding ways to connect with your audience is really important. You have to know who your avatar is, so you have to know how to speak to them. So, a lot of my followers or people that purchase my programs are mostly women, but there's men. And so knowing how to advertise to women and men is a very different approach. But basically, finding, knowing what your brand stands for, and then also letting your mess become your message. Like what makes you different is honestly your story. And so your story is something that should make you, different than everyone else. But some people are afraid to tell their story because they're embarrassed or, ashamed of certain parts of their story and that they might not want to tell. And that's okay. But finding out what your niche is really important, so you know who your audience is, right? Who your tribe is and what they want. So you can build more programs, more content around that moving forward. So it's really hard to do. Like the fitness industry is very saturated. What I did with Fit2Fat2Fit was obviously very extreme, but it helped me develop a brand that really no one else talks about or does in the fitness industry because of what I've done. And so, being open to doing something uncomfortable or hard, not saying you need to do what I did, but doing something out of your comfort zone to really build your brand, being open to that. So hopefully that's helpful in helping trainers out there, build their brand.
Also, if you're new to training online, you can start your free 30-day trial of Trainerize by clicking on the link in the description. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.